When you think of the word wealth, what do you think of? If you're like most of us, you probably think of money. But actually, the root of the word wealth comes from the Middle Ages, and it combines two words, well and health. And it means happiness and prosperity and abundance. So there are many kinds of wealth. There's social wealth and intellectual wealth and health wealth, spiritual wealth, relationship wealth, and of course, financial wealth. This talk is about two kinds of wealth, financial and relationship, and how to give financial wealth and have it enhance relationship wealth. So I'm going to give you an example with two people who could have been clients of the firm. One is John. He's middle-aged. He lives in the Midwest. He's nondescript, never married, no kids. He's a college professor. He teaches art history. He loves to travel. And he would be mortified if his colleagues knew that he came from a family of wealth. And his niece, Sarah, she's 19. She also lives in the Midwest. She's going to school. She's a political science major. She lives in essentially a tenement housing because she too would be mortified if anyone knew that she came from a family of wealth. She's on the track team. She's embarrassed that she doesn't have student loans. And she just wants to fit in, as most 19-year-olds do. And her grandfather and John's uncle built a company that was so successful that every single shareholder in John's generation and his parents' generation have taxable estates in the United States. And the family office attorney came up with a strategy, a method to minimize those taxes a little bit by giving everybody in Sarah's generation annual exclusion gifts. And last year that was $17,000. So the family office attorney told all the shareholders, all 12 of them, that he was going to implement this strategy. And John said, no, I'm going to do this myself. I'm going to do it my way. Family office attorney said, okay. And so he went and sent 11 of the 12 annual exclusion gifts in a FedEx envelope to Sarah. And it came with a typewritten note that said, these are to be deposited by the end of the year. They must be deposited so they're completed gifts and they're out of everybody's taxable estate. Okay. The next day, Sarah got another envelope in the mail, and there was another $17,000 check, and it came with a handwritten note, which I just happen to have a copy of here, that said, "Dear Sarah, I feel so lucky to be in a financial position where I can afford to share my resources with you. It comes with love and admiration. Please use however will bring you joy. And I would love to hear how you decide to spend, invest, or give it away. That would be like getting a gift from you in return. Love, Uncle John." From the recipient's perspective, it was like the gift, it was the difference between receiving a transaction or a gift. Can you feel the difference? Yeah. And sure, Sarah's lucky to be in that position. And it made a difference in her life. But oftentimes, givers, wealth creators, entrepreneurs, they're more concerned about the method of a gift rather than the manner in which it was given. The method defines the gift. It's like giving at ages 30, 35, or 40, or putting the assets in trust, or giving away part of a limited partnership at a discounted rate. And the method can be effective, but in this case, in this example, all the methods were the same, all 12 checks. It was the same method, but it was the manner that was different from the one from Uncle John. And 17,000 times 12 added up to over $200,000 for Sarah. That's a lot for her. It made a difference in her life. And when it makes a difference in the recipient's life, the manner is all the more important. So it could even be $100 to a homeless person or $1,000 to a recent high school graduate. If it makes a difference in their life, the manner in which you give makes all the difference in the world. Have you ever given money to someone and it didn't go the way you expected? Yeah. And there wasn't the enthusiasm and the gratitude that you were hoping for or expecting. And that's probably because your relationship with money, the wealth creator's relationship with money, the wealth earner's relationship with money is different than the inheritors, where wealth creators are future-focused and abundance-oriented. They are socially revered, and they're kind of confident and proud of their accomplishments, understandably. On the inheritor side, they can be legacy-based and scarcity-oriented. They are socially vilified, and many times they get met with people all the time who have a hostile envy towards them. And they can be ashamed and embarrassed about having assets they didn't earn themselves. So what happens is kind of an interesting phenomenon. And here's my x-axis. Here's my y-axis. Net worth, self-worth. When entrepreneurs' net worth goes up, their self-worth goes up, right? You've all been there. You had good quarters. You get puffed up. You feel it. But when an inheritor's net worth goes up, sometimes their self-worth goes down unless the manner in which you give is sensitive to that possibility, and they can be aligned with their net worth. So when you give money away, pay attention to the manner in which you give. The reaction you get will most likely be closer to what you were wanting and hoping for and expecting. That's because you're going to go beyond transacting. That's because they're going to be receiving a true gift. And that's because what you have to give goes way beyond money.